Guys, our show sponsor, DraftKings, is celebrating the big game by giving you a shot to instantly win up to $25,000 in prizes with DraftKings Big Game Prediction Challenge. With up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs, claiming this great offer is easy. Just download the DraftKings app. Signing up using the promo code Sonnen. Enter DraftKings free. Big Game Prediction Challenge, make your picks, and boom, you've got a shot to collect up to $25,000 in prizes instantly. It's free to enter, and with up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs, you've got nothing to lose. Click on the link below, and remember to use the promo code Sonnen to get your shot at up to $25,000 in prizes instantly. Why is it so hard for Khabib to retire? Guys, I've got to tell you, in my profession, I've done it. It didn't take a lot of work. It was words. I said them into a microphone. From a professional standpoint, it might be the easiest thing that one could ever do. Did you ever see The Office, where Michael Scott was having money problems? So he goes into, he shuts the door. He's got an advisor with him who tells him one option is to declare bankruptcy. So Michael weighs it over and he decides that's the best option. He opens the door to the office. He gets everybody's attention and he yells out, "I declare bankruptcy." And he thought that was it. He thought that was all you had to do. So the advisor had to come back in, shut the door, sit him down and explain, no, there's more steps. The declaration of bankruptcy is a legal term. But do you guys remember this? It was very funny. It just happens to be true in retirement. You just have to say the words. There's nothing else you have to do. Khabib said the words. And it seems very bizarre that he hasn't been able, right? It's like the reverse Michael Scott. Michael Scott thought all he had to do was say words. It turns out he's got to do a whole book of paperwork. It turns out that Khabib really only has to say the words, but people are trying to make him do a whole book of paperwork. Why is it so hard for him to retire? People are coming out and saying that he should unretire if and only if to fight George St. Pierre. Okay, fine. As a fan, that's the fight. There's no fight I would rather see if we're sitting around and we're doing mythical fights, but that could actually happen. Right? Genie pops out of the bottle. Hey, Chael, you get 3 fights. That's fight number 1 that I choose. I would love that. It's realisticness, though. I have to apply the golden rule, which is to put myself in somebody else's shoes and figure how I would want to be treated, or guess what I would do. So the question would become a motivation of Khabib. If the title is not on the line, which is what he and George, absent of each other, are both discussing, it won't be at 155 pounds, therefore the belt won't be up. Okay, then why are you here and why are you fighting George? We have learned that Khabib is not motivated by money. We've also learned that he's got a ton of money. So even if at one point in his life he liked to say, I wasn't motivated by money, once you're really rich, you're no longer motivated by money. Okay, he wouldn't be motivated for a championship because there would not be one. So why are we here and what are we doing? And there may be an answer to that. It may be cold-hearted competitiveness. Many say this guy's the best. Many say I'm the best. And I'm willing to walk out here for 25 minutes or however long it takes and find out one way or the other. Love it. I love it. But following the golden rule of putting himself in your shoes, is that a risk that you would want to take? Is that a risk that you would take? And the same would be said for George. Why are we here and what are we doing this for? George has always stated his motivation, none of which was money or was fame, but that he would like that 155-pound title and he would like to be the one guy that beats Khabib. So now that we removed the title, because again, we're doing it at a catch weight, is it enough to motivate George? Kenny Florian came out over the weekend, I believe through social media known as Twitter, and said that he has inside information that George St. Pierre is currently training for Khabib. Kenny's pretty tight with George. Like if Kenny Florian says that, it would tend to make me turn my head and listen. The only problem with this statement is George has been training for Khabib for 2 years. It wouldn't necessarily be something new. That's what I'm offering for you. Training for something. Right? I got people they're all around me, and God bless them, but they're training for the Olympics. And if you follow up and you ask, oh my God, are you on the Olympic team? No. Okay, so you're not training for the Olympics, you're training for the Olympic trials. Close enough. I understand how one sounds cooler than the other, but close. I got it. But that's where the wordplay starts to become interesting. You're training for Khabib. Okay, does that mean you have a fight with Khabib? No. Okay, does that mean that you have a reasonable expectation that you could come up with a fight with Khabib? No. Okay, but every day when you go to practice, you're thinking about Khabib. Yeah, I'm training for Khabib. Okay, do you see the problem? So I don't know. I think when Coach Javier Mendez is speaking out about his own athlete, it means something. And I think when a friend of St. Pierre, Kenny Florin in this case, is speaking about, I think that it means something. But in the world of realisticness, eventually we have to follow the golden rule, which is to put ourselves in their shoes and think, what would I do? Because if those boys get together, there's nothing to win. Half of the world already believes George St. Pierre is the greatest, and half of the world already believes it's Khabib. There's nothing to win. There is half of the world's opinion to lose. I think that storyline is more compelling than any other storyline that I could bring you. Two guys willing to walk out there purely for the opinion of half of the planet. I don't know if there's a more powerful story I can bring you, but it brings me back to the basic question. Would you do it? If you had nothing to win and you had half of the planet to lose, would you do it?